You know, it's already hard to see how those Mandalorian visors throw in 3 targets all wearing red and things get real frickin' hazy. But you know what? This works just fine. Spectrum, kid, you really did have promise. It's a damn shame you threw that away for, what, power? Magic? Kid, magic ain't nothing but trouble. That sort of thing will get you swatted by APS. The real magic comes from being in that ring. But I'll cut the sappy BS. That's not what you and I are here for. You see, amigo, it doesn't matter to me if you were protecting Vic or if it was, inopportuno. You are already on my list. If the brass wanted me to fight you, all they had to do was ask. It's good to see that my, subliminal messaging is finally bearing fruit. So, what comes next? Well, I would say it's not personal, but as long as you're working for Lawson, yeah, it's pretty frickin' personal. And let's not forget our Campeón del Mundo. You're not as hard to find as you think you are. Next time, I'll bring a bigger stick. Watch your back, Queso Grande.
Alright, I gotta stop my chillin' vibe that I got going on for you madness. I don't completely understand why creatures aren't getting this. Lawson says I talk too much, but yet maybe I just don't talk enough. Look, I didn't throw anything away. Like I said in the previous promo, I'm still me. I don't want power nor magic. I got too much of it. Also, I agree. The magic is in the ring. Seeing the effect you have on the audience is a wonderful thing. Yet, somehow, you think I threw it all away. I didn't. I just like a good chaotic time. I don't want anything too boring. Right, and I wasn't protecting anyone. I got a note that day to get a job done from the brass. And I did said job. I wasn't given much information, just to go to the parking lot at a certain time that day. My target was there, and then everything happened. Now, you said because I am doing something for Lawson, this is all personal to you? Lawson doesn't seem like that bad of a guy to me. So, what I'm hearing is you are wanting to hurt or wish for pain upon a now, dare I say it, friend of mine. I don't take that the right way. Let's take it out into the ring. Oh, and before I leave, for the other members who are listening, the brass ain't that bad. Yes, Lawson is kinda giving some of you all a hard time over joining. But I don't see what people are getting sour over. The brass is the big bad. Maybe reconsider that thought process, yeah?
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Eric Erickson, and we are live with another edition of Friday Night Flashbang, and tempers are fired up. Spectrum and the Madness exchanging words to kick us off here tonight after their backstage fiasco last week, a 4-way brawl in our backstage area. But before we get to Spectrum and Madness, we kick off tonight with a match that all came down because Defunct did not get the job done last night. So before we can get to the madness, we're gonna focus on his partner in flow. Defunct kicks it off here tonight as he defends the brass briefcase against a hand-picked opponent by Mr. Lawson. And still to come later tonight, we expect the Madness to take on Spectrum one-on-one after their brawl last week. But it's not just that. We have a huge lineup, including our main event, where the Night Reaper Zericus will finally get his hands on the devil himself, Lucius Constantine, in an Extreme Rules match. But we got a long way to go to get there, so let's kick it off with some brass briefcase action right now. contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for Defunct's Brass Briefcase. Introducing first, weighing in at 252 pounds, he is the holder of the Brass Briefcase, Defunct! And it looks like he has a little bit of backup that isn't normally backup. It's Brawl, Kaiser, and Sajar? Well, that is a odd alliance to say the least. But now I guess the question becomes, who has the Brass picked? Who has Lawson picked? And I'm being told we have some audio of a conversation Sajar and Defunct had earlier tonight. We'll get to that in just a second. Might explain why Sajar is out here. Wait, what? Introducing his opponent! Being accompanied to the ring by Demolition Fox, weighing in at 239 pounds, Spectrum! Oh, screw you, Lawson! The Brass specifically said Madness would take on Spectrum, and now they're trying to take the Brass Briefcase from Defunct? Oh, this is disgusting. Spectrum selling their soul, and I told you we had some audio that might give us a heads up as to why Sajar is out here. Let's hear what Sajar and Defunct got up to earlier today.
You ask me why I did what I did. Why I simply did not take the fall to preserve Defunct's hold on the briefcase. You would have me dishonor someone's victory by making it a cheap win. Eric's words were correct. I have my pride, my honor, and my beliefs. Beliefs like a victor should earn his prize, his victory. But let me remind you all of some other words spoken that night. I may have won, but you have lost, Lawson. Honorbound will be standing in support of Defunct when he faces your challenge. Ringside, ramp, and backstage. We shall watch for your tricks, and you will not have your way. Perfect timing, and no hard feelings.
Baby, that was cleaner than a green bean in a washing machine, ain't no worries. You wanted to see this, baby?
Let's see here. Well, that's interesting. This is the other loss you suffer, Lawson. You will not get this knowledge from me. I return what is yours, Defunct, and I shall see you in the ring.
Well, that is blockbuster news. Sajar apparently knows what's inside the briefcase. But during that quick interlude by Sajar, we saw legs get in the way of Defunct's big elbow off the top rope. And after some of the things that we have seen here in the recent weeks, you gotta wonder, is legs in the pocket of Mr. Lawson? Is the fix in for Defunct in the briefcase? Spectrum was supposed to be fighting the Madness here tonight. And Lawson pulling the switcheroo, dropping them on Defunct with that briefcase on the line. And now a bow looking for the leg drop of his own, and he missed. And now a boot to the midsection, DDT. And now climbing up to the top rope, looking to fly. Big elbow to Defunct to match his own. And now Spectrum off the big elbow, looking to steal the briefcase, pick it up there. What a first win this would be for Spectrum and MNW. They've come fingertips away on numerous occasions, but to win here tonight would get them that brass briefcase, looking for the snapmare and missed. And a bulldog by Defunct. And now looking for this abdominal stretch, trying to grab the leg for some extra leverage. And Defunct trying to fight out of it. And a big hip toss. And a body blow by Defunct. Looking for the springboard. Oh, and a stunner! And look at Brawlkaiser leaping up for joy. One! And a kick out at one by the rookie. And now climbing to the top rope. Looking to fly with a five-knuckle shuffle. He went for it off the top and missed. And then a knee to the face. And here come the kicks. Oh, and Defunct ducks the big one. And now Spectrum looking to tie him in knots. Submission move applied. Turns him over. Defunct trying to grab for the rope, and he got it. Leg calling for the rope break. And then drops the leg. Twisting on the head. Spectrum slamming Defunct back towards the canvas. And now into the corner goes Spectrum off the turnbuckle. And now Defunct to the far corner. Looking to fly, and now he hits the elbow! Right to the throat. And then big body splash by Defunct. And now look at, Demolition Fox on the outside talking trash to Defunct. Trying to distract him, and now Spectrum from behind drops him on his head. Defunct in singles action last week had an ultimatum against Sajar in Honor Bound. Win or defend your briefcase, and after that loss via count out to Sajar, who says his honor forbade him from simply letting Defunct win. He is now here defending that briefcase against Spectrum, who again was supposed to fight Madness here tonight. Defunct off that ring post, and now Spectrum with an elbow. And now back into the ring. Hook in the leg. Spectrum. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2. Defunct able to stay alive. Big right hand. Turning him over. And then an enziguri. And now hooks the leg. 1, 2, and a kick out. And oh, Defunct tried to bring Spectrum back in and got hung up on the top rope. And now a kick to the small of the back. Camel clutch applied with that knee right in the spine. Spectrum trying to tap out the funky one. Who's able to counter? And now in off the ropes. The hip toss. And now tuning up the band, some sweet shin music. Spectrum down. That should do it. 2. No. The rookie gets the shoulder up at 2.5, and they are still in this thing. And now the body blows by Defunct. Ducks underneath the clothesline. Look out here. Here comes Funk. The shoulder tackle. A second one. Ducks the clothesline. And a spinning power bomb. And telling them to get up. And a big right hand by Defunct. And he's going to climb the turnbuckle. Could it be time for the 5-knuckle shuffle off the top rope? Into the cover! And he got him! Here is your winner, and still the holder of the brass briefcase, Defunct! Defunct with a huge win to retain his brass briefcase. And once again, Lawson is foiled. But folks, we are just getting started, because here tonight, we already told you that we have Lucius Constantine versus the Night Reaper Zericus in our main event. That will be an Extreme Rules match, the Carnage to come. But before the Carnage, it seems that Victor Vicious has forgotten who his number one contender is. Last week, he made it very clear he wants to get his hands on Ginger Boy, assuming Ginger could win at Limit Break. And if you haven't seen MNW Limit Break, the pay-per-view of our sister show Warzone, I highly recommend it. No spoilers, but Victor Vicious might be a little bit disappointed with the outcome of Limit Break. And so now forced to turn their attention back to their number one contender, the Crimson Phoenix, who is in action here tonight. But it won't be Victor that will be taking care of Crimson. No, 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 no. Apparently the brass is helping him out by delivering him some extra help. And ladies and gentlemen, no entrance is needed. We are getting right into it. The Crimson Phoenix going one-on-one with Aqualung. And Vaporwave already down at ringside with Vic in tow. A 4-on-1 situation here. And Crimson with a throwback look, trying to throw. Oh, wait a second! Apollo grabbed the referee! Come on, ref! You gotta throw him out. You can't let him stay at ringside. Are you kidding me? Not even 30 seconds into this matchup, and Apollo rips the ref out from below the ring. And now look out here. Oh, a kick right to the back by Aqua. And now a knee right to the head. Crimson able to move. And now a snapmare elbow to the head. Crimson looking to fly. Up to a count of 8. Doesn't want to count it. Oh, and misses as Aqua ducks underneath. And now Vicious removing the turnbuckle pad. Sliding back into the ring, Crimson. With Aqua behind. Oh, the double axe handle still connects. And now trying to work over the arm. And oh, the Kamagoye! Right to the skull! And now a kick to the head as they dance around. And a knee to the gut. Aqua trying to rock Phoenix, who again trying to turn back the clock. And a sledgehammer thrown in by Victor. There's a knee to the head. And referee getting rid of that, throwing it right at Apollo. And here comes Aqua, boot to the head. And for some good measure, a stomp by Apollo. And our referee is throwing out Apollo Hades, who put a boot to Aqua. Or rather to Crimson, and now a couple of boots from Aqua. And Hades thrown out. And now into the cover. 1, 2, but oh, Crimson stays alive. And so congratulations, it's now 3-on-1. Crimson trying to do what they can against one half of the tag team champions. And a Hurricane Rana. And now an elbow from Aqua. Up on the shoulders. Here come the elbows. And throwing them into the barricade. And looking for the step-up kick. And a kick to the head of Crimson. Oh, and a nice side kick there by Aqua. Up to a count of 5 already. And now Phoenix on the outside with a Phoenix arrow. And Phoenix trying to escape. And the springboard again. Count of 8. And Crimson with the Galaxy Brain. They're going to take it via count out. Here is your winner, the Crimson Phoenix. Well, that is one way to overcome the odds. Crimson with some Galaxy Brain strats to outsmart Vic and Vaporwave. And folks, just like that, Victor Vicious put on notice that Crimson is not messing around and is happy to play any games necessary to continue their path to Multivania, where they hope to rip that championship away from Victor Vicious. But folks, before we go any further, this hostile takeover by Mr. Lawson all started when he found himself, for lack of a better term, a stooge. And that stooge came in the form of Tyson Smythe, who we are going to hear from right now.
Flashbang, do I have your attention yet? I'm beating every single wrestler your brand has to offer. You seem to think that this little resistance is going to make any difference of any kind at all? Don't make me laugh. All of you aren't fit enough to shine my boots or wash my clothes. M here has been watching everyone here, and he has told me that rest assured that you're not on my level. You're not even on the level below me. It's like comparing thin flank steak to a nice, juicy ribeye. We are stronger, we are faster, and simply we are better than everyone here. Yet some people are still so extremely ungrateful, or even worse, they hate our wonderful boss, Mr. Larson, and yet have given everything for them. Like Victor being the world champion, only to spit right in our faces when it was convenient for him. Well, Victor, much like sand in an hourglass, that title will slip right through your fingers, and there is nothing you can do about it. I'm tired of people thinking that they can just be on their own side in this conflict. It's quite simple. You either join the executive club, or we will end your careers. We are Flashbang. We could take over Warzone, and we could take over the whole world. And why? Because I am a wrestling god. Time to kneel before me and the rest of the brass. Till next time, goodbye and good night. Bang!
And folks, just as we were listening to Tyson Smythe, an old friend tweeting out on social media, Mega Writer saying, quote, "Oh great, Tyson's relapsed. His a-hole side. I say I shouldn't be surprised, but I'm disappointed at my so-called boss. And probably no one in this company knows him better than Mega. Tyson and Mega have gone up and down the road together as members of the Omega Club, as rivals, as friends once again, and now he watches as Tyson has apparently relapsed back to what he used to be. But folks, coming up next, with every executive club member that emerges, a rebel is needed to counter, and no one has been on the front lines longer than Jack Andrews. And he has a very, very lengthy message for the Multiverse here tonight. And he's in action next, so before we send it down to ringside, let's hear what the Hound has to say.
Don't get in your way. Don't get in your way. Listen here, KFC. Let me say it one more time. Going after Lawson's scrawny neck has been my business for 2 years. So where do you or anyone around here get the fucking neck to start preaching to me? Not one of you helped me out when I was getting screwed over or taking off of shows, and now all of a sudden it's unjust. Why? Rhetorical question. I'll tell you why. Because now Lawson has decided to take what he's been doing behind the scenes to the TV screens, and that means everyone now can lose their airtime, and that set everyone's main character syndrome into overdrive. You want to paint yourself as some locker room leader, go ahead and try and convince yourself as such. As far as I'm concerned, you're just another wannabe jumping on yet another bandwagon I started. Yep, that's right, folks, it's all coming out now, and I have got a lot to get off my chest. So, it's history lesson time. who was it that took the first major fight to Apex? Newsflash, it wasn't AAA, it was me and Scott E. Stevens. Right after they put me in the hospital, the backstage BS cut that short, and all I got at Multivania was a damn street fight. And then suddenly, Suicide Gem and I rehashed that feud. I go on and I win my block in the C101 and I stake my claim to the main event at Multivania. And then I was made to jump through hoop after hoop to get a shot. I finally get it, and surprise I'm the only member of that feud that put any effort in whatsoever to make the Flashbang main event the top match of that night. Why? Because all Victor Vicious gave a shit about was staking a claim to a title on another show he had no right to, and newsflash, still doesn't. He's only on this double title bullshit because no one wants to step to him right now, because crashing down some reality on you, Vic, no one wants to face you for the title, because it always ends the same. A la House of Torture rehash, even after I busted my ass to make you look like a legit champion at Multivania. You've somehow still managed to make Flashbang's top belt look like a chocolate frickin' coin. And side note, the person that even uttered being a double champion in this company was me. And all I was rewarded was with a suspension after putting the idea into the ether. So you might want to stop kicking the glue bottle that is that dead horse. But then again, it's always one rule for ye and another for thee. And now, we come to the latest individuals who are stepping into my business under the guise of sticking up for the little man. Yeah, I'm talking about the guy whose whole personality hinges on what comes out on the Weekly Shonen magazine. So I'm going to say it plainly because I'm the only one with the sack to do so. Slink back to your lower mid-card mediocrity on Warzone and stop inserting yourself where you don't belong. And as far as it goes for the Spandex Devil, I asked around and I did my due diligence. You may have a legit reason for being here, but the same rule applies to you as the rest of Flashbang. Stay out of my business and we'll be good. Come the end of Multivania this year, one person is leaving MNW, and it's either going to be Lawson or me.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, weighing in at 243 pounds, Jack Andrews. So here comes the Hound. Andrews has not been happy with everyone jumping on his bandwagon. He has been at war with the brass, in his eyes, for years, taking it to every narcoleptic villain we've ever had, from Apex to the mob boss Victor Vicious to Mr. Lawson and the brass themselves. Meanwhile, tweeting out on social media, M, the enforcer of the brass, just a single letter of C, and then I assure you, Hound, it will be you that leaves. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. And introducing his opponent, being accompanied to the ring by Mr. Lawson, representing the Executive Club, weighing in at 222 pounds, the Citric King. The battle lines have been drawn, and the juicy one is here for the Hound. And I don't know if it's the wisest idea by Jack Andrews to be throwing shade at people on his side as well as the other side, but Andrews has never been one to mince words, and he doesn't seem to care much about that. And here we go, folks. Andrews and Citric, one-on-one. The former interdimensional champion versus the former #1 contender for the MNW Heavyweight Championship. That world title still around the waist of Victor Vicious, but we saw Crimson Phoenix victorious earlier here tonight with Vic at ringside. Getting an up-close and personal look at Crimson. Oh! Fisherman Buster into the bridge. 1, 2, and a kick out. And now a headbutt right to the face. And now a body blow trying to take Citric down. The juicy one sent into the ropes, up over the ropes, and now here comes the Hound with right hands as Lawson doesn't seem to like what he's seeing right now. It's probably taking every fiber of Andrew's being not to run over there and punch him right in the face. And now kicked away. Citric, a stomp to the gut. And now trying to twist on the juicy one's arm, and then bang! Right into that, maybe probably a couple of inches of padding between the concrete floor and every shot that these men deliver to each other. And now Citric thrown back into the apron. And now look at Lawson already talking trash and shoved from behind to Citric, but Andrew's able to counter. Lawson getting involved as Citric hung out to dry. And now the armbar applied by Andrews. Trying to wrench. Couple of submission specialists. The Dragon Clutch versus the Juicer. Not to mention that camel clutch that he calls the peel pressure. And now Citric looking for the drop kick. And look at Andrews just slide out of the ring gracefully. Technically set. Oh, and a clothesline from Citric. And now putting the boots to the orange. Going right back after that arm. And now knee-to-knee contact, that heel hook. Trying to slow down the fast-paced kicks of the Citric King, who, as we mentioned, a former interdimensional champion. Andrews climbing to the top rope, telling Citric to get back to his feet. And then a big chop to the head. And look at the veteran Citric making sure that his foot stayed on that bottom rope. Try not to get pinned off that combination. And now a heel hook of his own. And Andrews immediately fights out of it. Trying to knock the sunglasses off the orange. And now snap suplex. Citric, the right hand. Might have been looking for the juicer, but countered by Andrews. Countered by Citric. And now Dragon suplex. Or rather, Tiger suplex. I apologize. Getting my suplexes mixed up. Knee to the temple. And now trying to hook the leg. Lawson doesn't like what he's seeing. Kick out at 1. And now snap suplex, or rather a snapmare. Citric trying to pull himself up by the ropes. Andrews sent to the outside. And he just kicked Lawson in the head and then clothesline Citric. Little misdirection. A cheap shot on Lawson, if you can even call it that. And now, Andrews looking to pull Citric back into this surfboard. And can he lock in the Dragon's clutch? He can! Locked in on Citric, and then Citric able to fight out of it. Stomp to the back. And now the knee. Andrews just screaming out, "This is for you, Lawson." And then drops the double axe handle. And now into the cover. Off the Dragon clutch of the double axe handle. And he got him! He called his shot and he got him! Here is your winner, Jack Andrews! And tweeting out after that victory on social media, Lasume saying, quote, "I find it a bit strange for someone who clearly has been wronged by Mr. Lawson would turn down help after years of the same treatment, but then again, I'm part of the bandwagon, so take what I say with a grain of salt." And I don't disagree with Lasume. Andrews better be careful not to isolate his help, lest he be caught out all alone. But tonight, he gets the better of Lawson and the club. And ladies and gentlemen, as we continue along here tonight, we saw the Crimson Phoenix in action earlier, but right now, we are going to hear from the number one contender for the World Heavyweight Championship. So you're not going to want to miss it.
Mr. Victor Vicious, are you blind? Has that overinflated ego got you so drunk on your grandeur that you cannot clearly see who is going to defeat you at Multivania? A sad sight indeed for someone who has reigned for so long. You've become a pathetic fallacy, a husk of what you once were, the empty champion on a broken throne. 4 long years and all you've been allotted is 5, maybe 6 matches that have been won by your own 2 hands. The rest of them, we have seen, lying, cheating, getting your cartel to do the labor for you, while all the while that precious ego of yours has been growing. 'Cause while you have been going over to pick your opponent for Multivania, I have been right here. While you have been boasting, claiming godhood, I have been training. And while one by one your cartel has crumbled and fallen around you until you, the only member left, I have been growing stronger and stronger. And now you don't even have the courtesy of looking me in the eye. Because, Victor, you are a coward. Maybe all this talk is not enough for you, Mr. Vicious. So what is the number one contender to do? Desperate times call for desperate measures. My contract with MNW versus your title. If I lose, then I do not deserve to be here on the roster anymore. But I don't intend to lose. Did you think I forgot? Did you think I would forgive? You took the belt from my friend, and you denied me what is rightfully mine. You can look away to other shows, to other people, all you like. But come Multivania, you will face me in the ring. Whether you're ready for it or not.
Crimson Phoenix letting Victor know that there is no escape. Crimson won that right by winning the 64-man tournament to face Victor Vicious in the main event of Multivania. And they will get that shot whether Vic likes it or not. But last week, folks, let's take you back to a very interesting incident. Alexis Edmonton, after her match last week, attacked by Henry Cope following their loss to Kuso Kale. The interesting part is Henry attacking both Alexis and Kuso. And Alexis isn't really sure what's on Henry's mind, but here tonight, Henry Cope returns to action on Friday nights. But not before we hear from the person he attacked last week, Alexis Edmonton.
Not going to make excuses for losing to Kuso, even with the little warning I had for the match. Mandos and I have history and back and forth, and it's always an honor to combat them, no matter whose coin they're currently accepting. Though, as is tradition, I will disapprove of your tastes in employers. Won't let you off entirely. I was also going to condemn the subject of my amusement in some colourful tones as well. I thought, for a moment, he threw in his lot with the brass. But then I rewatched the tape. He hit Kuso too. And that's when I realised what this was about. Henry. Colt. Did that make you feel better? Do you feel like you've avenged your former running buddy? Not a chance, am I right? You're going to be gunning for me for a while. I'd even place bets on the path we're going to be approaching. Well, let me save you some time. You don't want this, Colt. I'm trying to help deal with the assholes Lawson and the brass are throwing at us right now. Your timing couldn't be worse. What's more, I've never had to put my face in your business before. I helped you with a friend, Rabbit, get his job back then. Remember that? We've never had to cross swords because our courses were always aligned. But you want to take me on for what I did to your delusional brother-in-arms? The one that abandoned you soon as the title shot came his way? That friend? This isn't the way, cowboy. I'm not the person I once was. When I was still a hunter, I might have tried to call for peace, for calmer heads to prevail. Not now. I've tasted blood. Your friends, specifically, when I threw him off of the ambulance in the fight he asked for. But I know there won't be any talking you out of this journey. So if you want pistols at high noon, draw, Pilgrim. We'll see whose trigger finger is faster.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his return to MNW, weighing in at 249 pounds, he is the Cult Classic, Henry Cole. And folks, it is the return of cowboy shit. Henry making an impact last week, as we said, attacking Kuso and Alexis Edmonton. Alexis says, if you want to shoot, cowboy, shoot. And this crowd certainly hasn't forgotten Henry. And introducing his opponent, representing the Executive Club, from New York City, New York, weighing in at 247 pounds, Artemis! So Artemis versus Henry Colton. Remember, Artemis was on a quest to take out every single former member of the faction known as Fate. He never really got his hands on Henry. And so here tonight, with Henry getting involved in the Brass's business last week, intentionally or unintentionally, Artemis being given the gift of the Cult Classic. And here we go, and immediately look at Artemis, the aggression going right after Henry. And immediately a quick pin and a kick out by Artemis. There's that knee. Henry, of course, came to be known on Friday Night Flashbang for his showcase performances. To this day, still holds the record for the most eliminations in a showcase match with 6. And a bowling with a big boot he got. Oh, he missed. Got hung up on the top rope as he got the bottom taken out from under him. And look at Artemis looking for a jump kick, and Henry moved out of the way. And a shot to the gut. And now here comes some left hands from Henry. And now sent into the steel steps. Gut first. And now that Cobra clutch locked in, trying to wrench back on it. Henry with elbows. And now a kick to the head. And across the barricade we go, up to a count of 6 already. And now sends Artemis to the other side. He's telling him to bring it on. Artemis already up to a count of 9. Oh, look at the referee trying to keep Henry away, and that might have saved Artemis. Just trying to dive at him. Oh, what a kick! Henry wanted to go back after Artemis. The referee stopped him, which also stopped his count, and now here he is. Look out. Oh, that knee to the face! The 22 takes out Artemis. 2! That's a new one from Colt. And now Artemis picking him up on his shoulders. And now going right after the arms with those double knees. And now from behind, look out here. Look for the Hunter's Lock. That devastating submission maneuver. Artemis trying to tap out Colt. Can he hang on? Can he get that foot off his head? He does. And now fighting out of the hold. Colt making his return after his longtime tag team partner, Lionel Matrix, was presumably put out of action by Alexis Edmonton. A power bomb off an ambulance, through a flaming table onto concrete. That is the way it ended. That, a Justice driver, and being tossed into the back of an ambulance, and we have not seen Matrix since that moment. And there's the Colt Classic out of nowhere. 1, 2, And he got him! Oh, look out here, Alexis Edmonton repaying the favor. And now they're taking out everybody. Alexis said, shoot, cowboy, and she just pulled the trigger. Well, I guess what we call that around here is returning to sender. So Alexis Edmonton getting involved. But they aren't the only one that has been jumped or has jumped someone from behind. A couple of weeks ago, a Warzone invader by the name of Bastion Butler did it to Red Star Roman. However, Butler has defeated both Roman and Kath Gina in singles action. However, here tonight, Dirty Deeds gets an opportunity to team up as a full squad to take on Bastion Butler and two partners of his choosing in Tornado Tag Team action. And they have some words for each other ahead of this matchup. So let's take a listen.
You fought hard, comrade. Congratulations on beating Phoenix.
Thanks, but I feel like it should have been Butler, not some overrated fire chicken.
You'll get your chance. The lady has seen to that.
Bastion has made this far more dangerous for himself than he can possibly imagine. The last time someone under my care was attacked from behind, I took that very personally. They killed her, right in front of me. Filthy werewolves showed up at my home and chose to murder my people. I unleashed Arctic levels of cold. I returned the favor. This isn't Warzone. This isn't a game. This is going to be the last thing he does. If he doesn't tuck his tail and run back home, perhaps he might like to be a statue.
Forget running home. It's about time we be mercenaries and go for blood. True blood. Make our mark and show we mean business beyond the ring. He hurt us. We make sure he can't wrestle again.
Listen to you two, or you talk of blood and ice for a grown man-child whose boss only found success after firing him. I hate getting jumped before a match, but that is the nature of this business. Let us not allow this rage to blind us. We will take it, mold it into a weapon, and strike the fool down. This distraction will have our undivided attention for one night and one night only. And then we must be done with him. There is more important work to be done, remember?
Yeah, I remember. All right, let's just go.
It's amazing how many scenarios can be compared to a game of chess. Take mine, for example. Bastion is also another word for castle. Thus did the rook seek to take the queen off the board. Though he found an obstacle in his way that he managed to overcome. Rook takes pawn. That left things prepared for the queen to fall. Rook takes queen. seemed at least. However, the Queen and her army regrouped. Now the castle finds itself under siege and has to call on reinforcements. Kathjina, I'm sorry if I've unintentionally opened some old wounds of yours, but I can't afford to hold back when the stakes are this high. The final move is yet to come, and this bastion has no intent of falling. It takes a queen to face a queen, and where there is a queen, there is also a king. Check. Your move.
Where there is a queen, there is often a king. Well, Bastion Butler better hope he gets himself kinged because Dirty Deeds is not playing around. Kathjina has the troops ready, and that match is right now. The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, at a combined weight of 715 pounds, the team of Red Star Roman, Jack the Questionable, and Lady Kathjina, Dirty Deeds. So Dirty Deeds making their way down to ringside, and they are in a bad, bad mood. And introducing their opponents first, representing Warzone, weighing in at 259 pounds, Bastion Butler. So Butler on his way to the ring, he needs two people on his side. And not normally a member of the Flashbang roster, so who could he have called up? Who wants to stand against the mercenaries that I undoubtedly have been hired by the brass and Mr. Lawson, so part of the executive club, guilty by association if nothing else? Let's find out. And introducing his tag team partners. No! And a combined weight of 597 pounds, the team of Nero and Mizuki Napier! Well, that would be a king and a queen! The power couple of MNW on Friday nights once again! Bastion knew how to get under Kathjina's skin and has to bring one queen to conquer another. And I didn't have that on my bingo card. And here we go! And it's going to be Kajina going right after Mizuki. And now it's questionable trying to take out Mizuki. Nero wasn't having that. Kajina and Jackie Q putting the boots to Mizuki. And now Bastion going after Roman. And now questionable, looking for a flatliner. And our right hand by Nero. I am absolutely stunned right now. And there's a roll-up, kick out by Bastion. And we've already got weapons involved in a kick out. Just pandemonium right now. And Mizuki now whipping Red Star Roman into the corner. Gets you in the boot in the face. And now Nero trying to deal with Kazjina on the outside. Russian leg sweep. And Kazjina sitting to the post. And now knee from Mizuki misses. Bastion looking to leap to the outside. He says he's got eyes for Roman. And now Jack looking to steal one real quick, and Bastion breaks it up. Right now looking to snap the leg. Elbow to the face of Mizuki. And a roll up on Roman. Kick to the head of Mizuki. And now look out, Kazjina! They said they were going to use weapons. They were going to use this pain and sharpen it. Well, they're using them right now. Clothesline! Looking for that DDT, the Winter's Kiss, but countered. And now Nero hooks the leg. One. Then broken up by Kazjina. Nero and Mizuki, a well-oiled machine, but look out here. Questionable. Looking to catch that knee, but oh, down goes Jackie Q. And now Kazjina might be looking for that DDT again. Oh, and Butler breaks it up. And now into the cover, but broken up. He calls that the Butler's Pantry. That's how he won his match last week. Look out here. Big clothesline there to Mizuki. Now we got steel steps involved. Roman gets the leg swept there by Mizuki. And now kicked away. And now Jackie with the body blows for Bastion. And I know a knee. Knee-to-knee contact on Jackie Q there by Nero. That shin breaker paying dividends. And now a sledgehammer to questionable. Meanwhile, Nero taking care of Red Star in the ring, which is the only place this pinfall or submission can happen. And now out of the corner. Nero now looking for the snake bite. Right to the temple. And now turning him over. And here comes the coil. The coil, but broken up by Jackie Q. And now a boot to the midsection. Questionable. Has Nero up. And looking for the payday. And he got it. The cover. Roman takes out Mizuki. 2. Oh, and he kicks out. And now the cover by Kathjita trying to pin Mizuki. That didn't seem to work either. Also, the head chef of MNW is letting me know that dinner is ready tonight. Is a sushi bar open for all. Tuna, salmon, unagi, and even urchin. We also have miso soup, udon soup, yakitori, and a variety of teriyaki meats. We also have a wide variety of tempura, shrimp, vegetables, and even chicken. Handmade mochi will be the dessert. Enjoy. And right now, Kathjita doing a number on Mizuki. And now Questionable and Kathjita trying to surround Nero with Bastion down 3-on-1. And Mizuki runs into the steel steps. And Dirty Deeds dominating. And now Butler thrown back into the ring. The Warzone veteran getting a taste of Flashbang. And now Mizuki going after queen-on-queen violence. And now Butler gonna taste some revenge. Here comes the Red Star Powerbomb. And Mizuki says, don't pin him, I want a piece. Into the corner. And now the scoop slam. The cover. But Nero breaks it up, and so does Mizuki. Roman and Jackie Q are out on the outside. And oh, there's the knee. The snake bite right to the head. And a DDT to Mizuki. And a drop kick missed. Nero counters with a drop kick of his own. And now boot to the midsection. Pile driver on Roman. And now Nero with a snap suplex. Right on that sledgehammer. And now Roman, springboard. Jumps over Mizuki, but he gets hit with a kendo stick. And now the cover. 1, 2, and they got him! What an upset! Here are your winners! The team of Bastion Butler, Nero Napier, and Mizuki Napier! Butler found some partners, and boy, did he go to the top of the list! Ladies and gentlemen, what a match. Dirty Deeds got a little bit more than they bargained for. They were not ready for the Napiers to appear. But if I know Kathjita, she will be right back to plotting before the end of this sentence. But coming up next, we actually are going to hear from our world champion. We've already heard from the #1 contender. We've heard from the right hand of the brass, and we've heard from the vigilante known as the Hound. Well, now it's time to hear from the man who runs the place, the world champion, Victor Vicious.
All night, I've had to listen to sob story after sob story from this pathetic roster. And I'm sick of it. You complain when I cheat. You complain when I don't. You bitch about my ambition. yet you will piss and moan about me taking a step back. I thought this was a wrestling company, not a group therapy session for a bunch of has-beens and never-will-be's. Like you, Tyson, walking around here telling people to choose a side or choose their career. My man, how about you choose these nuts? This company needs me a whole hell of a lot more than I need it. So Lawson and the rest of your shitty club can kiss my ass. Oh, by the way, you're about 2 years too late with the godhood shtick. But wait, I forget, everybody here just copies Mr. Indie Star himself, Jack Andrews. Well, sue me, Jackie boy, because I'd rather be known as Mr. Unoriginal than be known as the guy who can't win the big one. So while you sit in the mid-card with your originality, I'll continue to be a main event draw. Speaking about main events, Crimson, when are you going to give up this holier-than-thou bullshit? For 4 fucking years, it's the same old shit from you, Bird. Fig cheated against Nero. Everybody should feel bad for Apex because, you know, Nero is such a good guy. Clearly, you don't remember what it was like during that time. Everybody and anybody was begging for someone to dethrone Nero and knock Apex down a peg. They all thought it was going to be Johan Yom. But it wasn't. It was the man right here holding this title for 4 fucking years. And you want to bet your contract if you can't beat me. Who do you think you are, the Madness? Speaking of, you want another war? Matino Heat? Well, watch your back, essay. Because like you, payback is a bitch.
Victor Vicious not mincing words, and he is tired of the sob stories. He is tired of the holier-than-thou shtick, although that is rich coming from Victor Vicious, who has used every trick in the book to maintain that championship reign. However, I will give him credit. He's never claimed to be anything other than a bastard. Meanwhile, tweeting out on social media, the Merc McMorgan saying, quote, "By the gods, I am finding myself agreeing with Victor again." But folks, Victor isn't the only champion on Friday nights. We have trios champions, and the Princedom has been gunning for them for weeks. And they have officially staked their claim.
You know, let's roll this back. At first, I thought this little group the lawyer was running with was kind of cute and amusing. So this was none of my business. Now I see McCheese being put into matches against the cyberbots. Now it was our business. That's why I was there to back up McCheese and Percival last week. And last week, I made our intentions very clear to not just join the Flashbang Resistance, but for me, Percival, and McCheese to stake our claim for those trios championships. It's all for one and one for all. So keep those belts nice, cool, JQ, Controller, and Talos, because the Princedom are locked in.
The Princedom are indeed locked in. However, the Princedom has also been put to the test here tonight, because last week Mr. Lawson said that if the Princedom wants to be trios contenders, they're going to have to prove their worthiness. And here tonight, he's found a team to take them on 3-on-3. And he has said very specifically that if the Princedom can't beat this team, maybe they're not really contenders. A similar ultimatum that he gave the Forces of Nature. But last week, Big Rock and Huge Mane won their tag match. Can the Princedom win their trios match this week? We're going to find out next. contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, at a combined weight of 627 pounds, the team of Sugarfoot Iron, Fucking Wang, and Joseph Kalman. Fabulous! So Fabulous! Handpicked by the Brass to do battle with the Princedom. And introducing their opponents. And a combined weight of 659 pounds, the team of Sir Reginald, Sam Percival, and Sir McCheese, the Princedom. The Princedom once again back in full strength, welcoming McCheese as part of the group. But will they be enough to defeat the Cyberbots? Can they even defeat Fabulous? They've been together for but a couple of weeks. This is only the second time that they've teamed together as a trio. And here we go. It's going to be Wang going after Percival. It's going to be McCheese and Sugarfoot Iron. Meanwhile, Kalman going after Reginald. And now a drop kick by Kalman. And a poke of the eyes by Wang. And now Sugarfoot trying to get to the top rope and does. And then meanwhile knocks out the ref, so McCheese can't even get his pinfall. And now look out here, the moonsault by Kalman. And there's just bodies everywhere right now. And now Reginald lighting up Fuck Him Wang in the corner. Meanwhile, I have received word from the Brass. Or rather, I should say, from Mr. Lawson, and I assume via the Brass. And I quote, Madness, don't feel bad about the little swerve from earlier here tonight. I promise you'll be able to have all the fun you want later tonight. Oh boy. Can only mean that means the Madness will still be in action against who? I couldn't tell you. And now into the corner. Boot to the midsection. And now ball powerbomb caught Sugarfoot in midair. Did McCheese. And tweeting out on social media, Graven Allen saying, quote, so many people with a common enemy, maybe some fates can intertwine. And a kick to the head. Oh! And then a wheel kick. And now everybody outside the ring. Iron paired up with Reginald, Wang, and McCheese going at it. And it's Percival and Kalman. And Percival counter with a headbutt. Wang trying to help out. And now the double axe handle to McCheese. And out into the cover one. Kick out. And there's the chop. Cross body by McCheese. Snap suplex by Iron. Off the ropes, look out here, able to counter. Knees to the chest by Iron, and then the neck breaker to Percival. And now Reginald trying to roll to the outside. And now an elbow right to the elbow of Calman and a back suplex by McCheese. Trying to build some momentum. The Princedom looking to stake their claim as #1 contenders to the Trios Championships, currently held by the Cyberbots. Oh, and a shot by Reginald to Iron on the outside. McCheese trying to handle Wang and Calman. And now Wang hangs up Cheese on the top rope. Right hand by Calman. Into the cover. Trying to upset the Princedom in a kick out. And now Wang, look out here. Oh, another roll up the inside cradle. Inside cradle by McCheese. Broken up by Calman, who pushed it over. 2. McCheese rolls it over. Broken up by the Fabulous. And a tornado DDT. And right now, Fabulous showing their their trio's expertise. X Factor there. And now Iron's gonna fly. Looking for the shooting star. He got it. This could do it. 1, 2, no. And now the jawbreaker to Wang. And now there's the Knight's charge. 1, 2, broken up by Iron. And then a knee to the face. And now McCheese back in. And now looking for the Fameasser. And down goes Calman. And now the bow and arrow stretch. Iron and Wang trying to take out McCheese. Here comes Percival taking out Wang. And look at the power of McCheese. Oh, and Iron able to fight out of it. Boot to the midsection. Reginald looking for the pedigree, and he got it. And now trying to take out Iron. Into the cover. And a kick out. And now knees to the back. Reginald trying to run interference. 2. Oh, and at the last second, Iron able to break it up. And looking to try to take out both Percival and Reginald. Reginald says take care of him. He's going after Calman maybe, or maybe a weapon perhaps. And now McCheese telling Wang to get up. And a clothesline to Iron. And then sweeps the leg. Reginald back in. And another chop there. Down goes Percival. Down goes Reginald. McCheese trying to get through it. Oh, he knocked out the referee on accident, breaking up that pin. And there comes the kicks by Iron. And a super kick by Calman. And now Percival back in. And look at Wang trying for this crossface. The crossface locked in. Look at McCheese trying to fight out of it and does. And the referee down again. Oh, there it is! The cheese grater! McCheese with a cheese grater won! Oh, and a kick out. Referee was still recovering, and that might have saved Wang. And a shot to the back of Iron. And now into the corner. Iron looking for a knee to the head of McCheese. Standing shooting star. There's a Fameasser. And then, oh, Reginald just had a chair thrown into his face. And now the double team. Iron sets him up. Oh, and Percival couldn't get there. Fabulous stole it. Here are your winners. The team of Sugarfoot Iron, Funky Wang, and Joseph Calvin. Fabulous. So Fabulous picks up a huge win. And much like Mr. Lawson said, maybe that propels them into the title picture. But the Princedom might have to work on their continuity. Speaking of working on their continuity, that is what the Resistance is going to have to do, and it could cause some strange alliances because, ladies and gentlemen, Blight Howellis has some words for the multiverse, but for one person in particular, Blight wants to send a message to Damian Anderson.
Look, Lawson, let's be real. You've really messed things up with Apex. Those championships, we won them fair and square. We fought our asses off for those belts. Then you show up with this dodgy contract, snatching away our victory and to stir up the trouble. Seriously, did you think you're in charge here, pulling all the strings? You're way off base. You don't even see what's really going on. Not everyone is going to fall in line. Sure, some may work with you, some may even like you, but the lot of us, including people like Doom and the House of Caliban, are already against you. And Apex, we are furious! I know there are others out there who aren't thrilled with you either, but right now, my focus is on you. Damian Anderson. Everyone knows who you are, and I've heard you're not the biggest Lawson fan, to which we are akin to. So I am suggesting that we form an alliance. Let us be rid of Lawson. He's all about himself, his image, and his power within the brass. Maybe you and the rest of House Caliban can join forces with Apex to get rid of this Lawson mess. Think about it. We have a chance to change things for the better. I implore you to work with us as allies.
Look what Lawson, Smythe, and M have done. Blight Howellis reaching out to an arch rival in the Sandman, Damian Anderson. Caliban's house has never seen eye to eye with Apex. The idea of those two factions working together against the brass, well, it just goes to show you how the tides have turned, and none more so than when you think about Apex and maybe AAA working together. El Pollo made it very clear on social media here today that they are none too happy with the way that there are fractures in this forming alliance. They implored the likes of Jack Andrews to focus on the task at hand. Not to worry about being a main character, but to focus on the threat of the brass. And here tonight, AAA steps up to the plate against the brass as the Slam-Phibian goes one-on-one with the Mandalorian Kuso Kale, and that is next. The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, weighing in at 205 pounds, being accompanied to the ring by Tyson Smythe and Mr. Lawson, representing the Executive Club, Kuso Kale. And tweeting out on social media, Lady Catherine saying, quote, Eric, I'm sickened by this whole evening. Nero and his wife are retired, yet they want to stick their self-righteous noses into my business. Butler, you don't get to walk home now. You're getting sent to the ICU. Open contract to anyone who wishes a payday. And introducing her opponent, being accompanied in the ring by El Pueblo de la Muerte and Cheapy, weighing in at 183 pounds, the Slam-Phibian. So the Slam-Phibian being accompanied by AAA. Cheapy returned to MNW a couple of months ago. El Pollo and the Slam-Phibian, the only two remaining members of AAA, once Demolition Fox turned their back on them. And we saw Demo earlier here in the corner of Spectrum, who was supposed to fight the Madness here tonight, but Lawson apparently has other plans. And here we go! Enziguri to the head of the Slam-Phibian. And now stomps to the knee. Moonsault missing. Might have overcorrected there. Right hand by Kuso. And a kick to the gut. And now the jawbreaker. Right hand rolled out of the way. And the neck breaker. And now kick to the head. Sweep of the leg. Oh, looking for that standing moonsault, or shooting star rather, and catching all knees. And now Slam-Phibian with elbows. It was El Pollo who was made an example out of last week, but with a little bit of backup this week to help out the Slam-Phibian. And a raking across the back. And now shotting off the ropes. Oh, looking for the high kick. Nobody there. And now knee to the inside part of the arm. And now the standing shooting star. And now up to the top rope. Oh, the Hurricane Ride of Slam-Phibian. And tweeting out on social media, Jack Andrews saying, quote, what have I done lately? Go ask Mr. Sunny D. Hashtag don't trust anyone. DTA. The wise advice of Stone Cold Steve Austin oh so many years ago. Right now, the Slam-Phibian trying to take the fight to Kuso Kale. And now up over the top. Drop kick missed. Drop kick connected. Single leg by Kuso. And now look at Tyson getting involved already. There goes the turnbuckle pad. What a scummy piece of crap. And now looking for the bombshell card, but it's countered. And now body blows. Double axe handle. And now kick to the inside part of the leg. Kuso whipping Slam-Phibian into the corner. And now shoulder first into that steel ring post. And now what does Kuso have in mind? The kick to the chest. Oh, the leg drop off the springboard. And Kuso with a senton might have misjudged. And now into the cover. Tyson sliding a bat in the ring. 2 and a kick out. Kuso screaming at Tyson. That should have been 3. Maybe asking Lawson to check with the ref. Leg's doing a good job. Moved out of the way. And now in off the ropes. Hurricane Rana. And now drop kick. And now look out here. Oh, a diving corkscrew arm drag. Oh my goodness gracious. Kuso falling from the turnbuckle all the way to the floor and taking the Slam-Phibian with them. You can still hear Tyson screaming at the referee about that 3 count. And Slam-Phibian trying to feed on this capacity crowd, but Kuso cuts off the momentum. And throws him back in the ring. And now Tyson again going back to that same turnbuckle. Slam-Phibian counters. Boot to the midsection. Look out here, the counter. And now Kuso ducks the clothesline rather than the kick. From behind, countered again. Another counter. Springboard. Into the DDT! What a tornado DDT by the Frog! And now kick to the head. And the Frog splash! Cover! 1, 2, no! And Lawson and Smythe yelling at this crowd that it's not over. Smythe just can't keep his mouth shut. And now Slam-Phibian. Double axe handle. And again, Tyson tries to get on the apron and cause a distraction. And now the Frog maybe looking for the surfboard. Trying to stretch out Kuso. And now pulling the back, Dragon's clutch. Little shades of Jack Andrews. And now telling Kuso to get up. Springboard, drop kick missed. In off the ropes. The drop down. Leapfrog. And a die with honor. Right to the face. 1, 2, out a kick out. Kuso furious, Lawson furious, Smythe in disbelief. Another cover. 2, no. And Slamfibian goes down again. And another die with honor. Into the cover, 1, 2, and a rope break. Slamfibian knew exactly where she was and reached out and grabbed that bottom rope, saving the matchup. The wily veteran pulling out all the stops to try to overcome Kuso. And now La Mistral Cradle rolling up Kuso. Oh, that kick out. Right hand. And now looking for the froggy knee. 1, 2, no! And now Tyson Smythe talking trash to Slamfibian, who's got to stay focused. Kuso back to their feet and now takes advantage. Slamfibian counters, boot to the midsection. Look out here! Looking for the code red! And now the cover! 1, 2, oh my gosh! Slamfibian did it! Here is your winner, the Slamfibian! And El Pollo screaming at the brass through the TV! Tyson tried to distract Slamfibian, but it did not work. And ladies and gentlemen, just like that, we continue on here tonight. But folks, coming up next, we promised you a match featuring the Madness, and we are going to get it. It won't be the one that we expected. However, ladies and gentlemen, it will be 1-on-1. And what? Well, folks, that's going to have to wait because I understand that our interdimensional champion Spike has been jumped backstage, and we have cameras for it. Bully Dog with a blindside attack on the interdimensional champion. But folks, he has backup, and it's an invader. The gates are open. We're trying to get that camera feed for you, ladies and gentlemen. And Spike being jumped in the parking lot. Oh, my Lord. It's Donkey Kong. We have an interdimensional invader. Bully Dog getting help from beyond. And now Bully looking to go after the arm. I don't know where DK just went. And now working over Spike, and now Bully looking for some more hardware. Big right hand, and now look at DK coming back into the picture. Trying to take care of Spike. Oh, look out here. Trying to fight him off the trash can to the head of the monkey. This is bananas. Spike trying to fight off the first invader that we've seen in years. Remember, the Interdimensional Championship can be defended in any multiverse against any invader. It must be even. And now the double axe handle. And Bully going after Spike. And now DK shoving away Spike. And now, throw the head into the concrete. Donkey Kong, not to be confused with Donkey Kang, doing some damage. Forearm shot. And Bully, the #1 contender for the Interdimensional Championship, trying to take out Spike. And a backbreaker. And now trying to move Spike in a big forearm. He's able to counter. And a German suplex. And now trying to take care of Donkey Kong. And throw it into the case by DK. And now the uppercut. Spike able to counter and throw him back into the crate. Remember, Bully Dog won that opportunity at Breakdown against Sajar Cole to challenge for the Interdimensional Championship. And he has not forgotten. And a right hand from Spike. And a big knee to the face. And now thrown into that Pelican case, it looks like. Right hands by Bully Dog. And here comes the monkey. We haven't seen Invaders for quite some time since they invaded and tried to take on the Grim Reaper in a gauntlet match. But DK walking through the forbidden door. Now they're going in the elevator. They're going up. Is this your floor? Spike! Oh no, DK trying to drag him. We've seen this before, that spotlight backstage. Oh, and face first off the barricade. And on the right hand. Spike jumped in the parking lot by Bully and Donkey Kong. You gotta be kidding me. And now the headbutt. Oh, look at the powerbomb counter on Donkey Kong. And a clothesline to Bully. Spike trying to fight him off. And thrown into the monkey. And now the snap suplex. Where the hell is Donkey Kong going? Are you just gonna leave, huh? And that leaves Bully up here with Spike, who's trying to fight back into that barricade again. And Spike wants a piece of the monkey. And he does go after Donkey Kong, who was ready for him. Going right after that arm. And now DK, oh God, grabbing a chair. This is unnecessary. DK with a chair. But Spike moves. And a monkey flip, oh! And able to use DK to block that cone. The incoming throw. But he can't block that. And now telling DK to get over here and take care of business. And a couple of right hands. Oh, what is DK doing? Clothesline, I don't know. But it was countered. And then he just tackles him. Banging his head off the concrete. I guess you can call this guerrilla warfare. Going ape shit on Spike. And now he's got him up on the shoulder. Look out here. Counter by Spike. And into the barricade. And another monkey flip on the ape. Clothesline to Bully. And a belly to belly there on Spike. And now the chair shots. And again, no. Spike trying to imitate DK to piss him off. And Spike should stop monkeying around. He's got to focus. It's a 2-on-1 situation. And now another suplex to Bully. Forearm shot to DK. And now a boot to the midsection. Look out here, look at him boating down on the chair. And a bulldog. And that takes out Spike, who's just trying to fight it off at this point. And now a shot to the back of the leg. And there's a boot to the midsection. Spike going for the ride. Oh, God, what is it? What is DK doing? Power bomb! And now trying to throw him up. Oh, and down he goes. And now grabbing the kendo stick. The shot after shot to Spike. Oh, look out here, trying to drop DK on his head. And now throwing him into the light. Literally. And now more chair shots to Spike. Here come the body blows to Bully. And just taunted DK, and I don't know if that was wise. And now Bully, oh, he tried to land on Spike, and he landed on the chair. Spike just trying to hang in there. And then throwing Spike down. And now Bully with the moonsault. And ladies and gentlemen, the beating continues for Spike. Jumping him backstage and not letting him escape. There will be no ape escape this time. But folks, we promised you a match with the Madness, and coming up next, you're gonna get it. The question is, who has the brass picked out to challenge the Madness in replacement of Spectrum? We're gonna find out next. And it's going to be Cool JQ! We're getting right to the action. We had that, and there's a quick roll-up by 1/3 of the Trios champions. That fight backstage, we missed our intros. But the Madness going one-on-one with Cool JQ. The High Flyer versus the Brawler. And a kick to the head. And into the turnbuckle. And now the double axe handle. Remember, we already saw Defunct and Brawl Kaiser earlier. The Omni Geek we have not seen in a while. Super kick to the Madness, a page out of his own book. And now into the cover. And a kick out. The Omni Geek suspended until Defunct reveals what is inside the brass briefcase. So Flo working without a numbers advantage. What the... Wait, what the hell? Oh my God! Well, the Omni Geek might be suspended, but that is the smoking mirror from Bahano. Cool J Kyo almost lost his focus. The smoking mirror has appeared, and he's staying at ringside. And Mirror just glaring at Kyo, who left the Cyberbots in the back, thinking Madness was out of help at the smoking mirror at ringside. And now a knee to the back of the head. And out of the top rope, drop kick. And now Madness trying to remove the turnbuckle pad himself. And this crowd with chants of "You sold out" to Kyo, who, again, working for the brass. A trios champion in his own right. And now back in the ring, and Kyo up on the turnbuckle, not used to being there. And Madness able to sidestep him. And then trying to fix that turnbuckle pad. Kyo with a couple of shots right to the thigh. And now the ball, the three-punch combination into the cover. 1, 2, kick out. And now knee to the face. And now the senton misjudged a little bit. And now whips Madness in off the ropes. Big right hand by the boxing bot. And now up to the top. And a big right hand right to the face. The Madness not ready for this match. Oh, there's real steel. Oh, and Madness says not yet. Kyo went for the haymaker, but he didn't get it. And there's the senton to the head. And now more boxing blows. The drop kick to the knee. And that kick to the small of the back. Here come the right hands. And busted open with those clubbing blows, and Madness has been taken off guard. Knee nobody home. And a stomp to the face. And on the senton, he shows him how it's done. Right to the spine. And then kicks him in the very same spot. And again, Madness taking off that turnbuckle cover. And look at that, trying to hype himself up. Madness doesn't know how the hell he got more energy. And nobody home for the moonsault. Madness, the king of moonsaults. And now more body blows. And a knee to the back of the head, and Madness slides out. And now springboard back in. And look at Madness saying, wait, timeout. And then a springboard drop kick. Shades of Eddie Guerrero referee distracted by that turnbuckle pad. And now right hands by the Madness. And now, oh, he missed real steel and then goes after the knee. Madness countering that big right hand. And a kick to the small of the back. Tuning up the band, maybe. Time to go up, see. Daisy. Into the bridge. 1, 2, and a kick out. And I'm telling him to get up. Look at the blood across the eye of the Madness. And a springboard drop kick counter. And now head first into the turnbuckle. Elbow. And now the Madness with a kick. Oh, look out here. The big dollar moonsault. Into the cover. 1, 2, and he got him. Topsy-turvy for the win. Here is your winner, the Madness. Madness picking up the win. And ladies and gentlemen, just like that, the Madness overcomes the odds and brings us to our main event. Folks, our main event is very, very simple. Have you ever heard of Satan? Well, we have actual wrestling Satan, Lucius Constantine, who was embroiled in a feud with Michael Macabre, who stole the soul of the Revenant, an old friend of Lucius Constantine. But Lucius overcame Macabre, who we have not seen since, but who then turned his attention to Macabre's partner, Zericus. And here tonight, Zericus is done waiting to get his hands on Lucius. He wants him here tonight, and he's going to get him in an Extreme Rules match. But first, let's hear from the Night Reaper.
Okay, I've had enough of this waiting for you to appear, or to respond, or whatever. I'm taking this into my hands. Lucius, let's finally settle this. I've given you ample time to answer, or whatever you want to do, and have the advantage. But you've waited too long. You want to attack me backstage and keep this anywhere but the ring? Well, let's do this then. Me and you. Tonight, Lucius Constantine versus the Night Reaper Zericus. Falls count anywhere. Be there.
It is going to be an absolute battle between two forces of darkness, the Night Reaper versus actual wrestling Satan. And tweeting out on social media, M saying, quote, "Disappointed, Kyo, you couldn't snuff the heat." No matter. As for you, Madness, I'm watching. And as Madness continues to be a thorn in the side of the executive club, we send it down to ringside for the introductions to our main event. Who do you like? Zericus, Lucius Constantine. It's right now. The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is an Extreme Rules match. Introducing first, weighing in at 249 pounds, he is the Night Reaper, Zeracus. So Zeracus marching his way down to the ring. Zeracus stayed out of his business, that being Michael Macabre's, as he went one-on-one with Lucius Constantine. He had his eyes on the World Heavyweight Championship, the runner-up in the 64-man tournament. And here comes Satan. And introducing his opponent, weighing in at 269 pounds, he is actual wrestling Satan, Lucius Constantine. So Lucius one-on-one with Zeracus. And as the announcer said, Extreme Rules. Falls count anywhere. This is just gonna be a fight. Can Lucius topple another member of Doom, or will Zeracus lay the devil to sleep? And here we go, super kick out of the corner. Immediately to start us off, and Lucius kicks him away. And there's a clothesline. A lot of bad blood between these two. Macabre has long since been on a quest against the original members of the New Four Horsemen, against the members of the Faces of Fear, and this is the man who created the Faces of Fear, one of the most feared and storied factions in MNW history. And though their days are long gone, many of them still remain to stalk the halls of MNW. And I don't know if we were able to see it prior to this matchup. Our Tron was having some technical difficulties, and a strange encrypted message that I'm now being told says, "And we are watching you," appeared on the Tron. I can only imagine that smoking. Wait a second! Was that something on the chair? That was not a normal steel chair. What the hell was that? I didn't get a good look at it, but something was on that chair. And now in off the rope, Zeracus dropping down. And an elbow. Lucius went for something under the ring. Apparently he had something planted. And Zeracus now looking to fly. And now, the crossbody missing. And now the elbow, no. And now hung out to dry on that top rope. And now Zerkis again, anything goes in this matchup. And that is a barbed wire baseball bat, all right to the back. Zerkis with a shot to the spine into the cover one, and only a 1 count. We already saw Alexis Edmonton maybe end the career of Lionel Matrix. Oh, and a suplex onto that barbed wire bat. Oh, my Lord in heaven. And now in off the ropes. Look at here. DDT. And now what is Lucius doing? Thought about a weapon, but Zerkis got back up. Clothesline! And now a boot to the midsection. Kicked him right in the head. And now look out here. The heel kick. Oh, he was looking for that spinning heel kick, and it missed. And now, thrown into the turnbuckle with authority. And now Lucius backing up at a clothesline. And now that baseball bat picked up, and across the head. And now rights, and then the backbreaker. Elbow right to the sternum. And now, wait a second, the quarantine of Dr. Grim. Lucius pulling this out of his bag of tricks. And now tossed away. Uppercut. Down he goes. And now, that looks like, and he shoved it out of his hands. That looks like freaking C4 on the chair. What is wrong with these people? And spine first into the barricade. That is a bomb on a chair. Zerkis move. Oh my God. Oh, they are jockeying for position with that C4 covered chair. And now throwing him into the apron. I guess when you're a creature of darkness and the actual devil, look out here. Nightmare neckbreaker. A little C4 always hurts everybody. And now the light tube, look out here, shattering across the arm. And now setting him up. Look out here. Boot to the head. And Lucius grabbing at his head. He might be busted open. Oh, got another light tube. And now another one across the back. Shot after shot, and then throwing him into the barricade. Zerkis just taking the fight to Lucius. And now grabbing at Lucius's head. Zerkis with a body blow. And now up on the shoulders, running power slam. And now into that barricade. Double axe handle, chop. And face first into the barricade again. Where the hell is Lucius going? Pray not for that chair again. And now a light tube pulled out by Constantine. A little bit of payback. And right to the skull, busting open Xerxes. Right across the forehead. And just like that, Lucius doing damage. Back into the ring goes Xerxes. And now Lucius looking for the hardware. The table. Which reminds me that tonight's episode of Friday Night Flashbang is brought to you in part by Lowe's. Lowe's! But why? Another roll-up and a kick-out. Boot to the midsection. Oh, God. No, not on the bat. Not on the bat. Xerxes, what is wrong with you? A fever dream on a barbed wire bat. 1, 2, kick out at 2. And now Xerxes, no, not the chair. Not the C4, look out. Oh, my God. And the devil drop. How the hell did he get up? Pull his devil trigger! 1, 2, no! Lucius with C4 to his back. How the hell did he get up? And a clothesline! The devil himself took C4 to the back! What is this man made of? And now the kick. Up on the shoulders. Lucius hung out to dry on that top rope. And this crowd is loving the violence, throwing the chair at Lucius. Runs him over. Into the cover. 1, 2. Trying to pin him on that barbed wire bat. And now just go over the cover again. Trying to use the ropes this time. 1. Kick out. Lucius boot to the midsection. Picking him up. And now a power bomb, head bouncing off the table. My God. And now the snapmare. And now Xerxes off the ropes. Trying to garner some strength. Boot to the midsection. Xerxes. Powerbomb position and down goes Lucius. Quick cover. 1, 2. Kick out. Never in all my years of covering MNW have I seen a C4 chair. That just shows you the amount that these two hate each other. Ducks the clothesline. Look out, here's Xerxes. Going for it all. Trying to set up the fever dream number 2. 1, 2. No. And now Xerxes wants the bat to do damage. The blood coming down the face. Just shot after shot of the barbed wire. Clothesline from hell. The clothesline from hell. 1, 2, and he got him. Here is your winner, Lucius Constantine. Lucius, after eating a C4 chair, manages to come out on top. And Lucius drinking it all in. And ladies and gentlemen, that brings us almost to the end of our show here tonight. However, we have one last message delivered by M, which will give us a preview of next week. Let's take a listen.
Spectrum, snuff out this Madtino heat. And Sajar, your actions will have consequences. A disorganized rebellion is a doomed rebellion. So by all means, keep squabbling with each other. It makes it easier to pick you off one by one.
And that gives us a bit of insight. Next week, we are scheduled to get the match we were supposed to have this week. Spectrum versus the Madness, and M telling Sajar that there will be consequences for his actions. Honorbound better be ready, because we've got a lot to unpack next week, but we can't do it right now because we are out of time. My name is Eric Jenerickson, and we will see you all next week. Good night!